God. How come the angel did not introduce himself? Or what we know, Muhammad, he was in the cave, a guy in the shape of a man appeared to him and he started squeezing him and said to him, read. In the same book, in the same Quran, you will see when the angel, according to the Quran, came to Mary, he said to her, I am a messenger of your Lord. Correct, guys? The Quran said to Mary, I am a messenger. Here we go. He's introducing himself. How come when he came to Muhammad, he did not say, I am a messenger from your Lord? It doesn't make sense. And then Muhammad, he go to the wife, and the wife, she take her to her cousin who have a grocery store, whatever he do. And then the cousin, he told Muhammad that this is an angel. The one who spoke to the angel, he didn't know. The one who was squeezed by the angel, he did not know. The one who was giving Quran, he didn't know. But the one who is the cousin of the wife, he know. Did you watch the movie? It's called The Husband is the Last One to Know. Well, that is Muhammad. The wife and her cousin, they know, but Muhammad is the last one to know. So when I say Muhammad, he never spoke to Allah, he never spoke to Allah. Or what we know, according to Muhammad, that someone, he looked like a man in the shape of a Dahya al-Kalbi. Dahya al-Kalbi was a man, he's a handsome man in the city of Mecca. Why the angel is coming in the look of Dahya al-Kalbi? Obviously Muhammad, he did not see any angel. Dahya al-Kalbi, he come to his house a lot. And Muhammad, he says, each time you see Dahya al-Kalbi coming to me, this is the angel Jibreel. You're mine. But Muhammad never spoke to his God, the one he claimed is God.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Christian Prince. Okay, in this case, I have to agree with you. It's about talking directly. Well, God to talk directly to Satan. I mean, Shaitan or Iblis or whatever you call it. It is honestly, it makes no sense. The most important thing is how and what to say. There is a connection between God and Muhammad, and it doesn't mean that he has to talk to him directly. First of all, we have to know that God is not okay, stop. He can talk. He has no mouth, or he has no eyes, or something like that. We are just, imagining God like a human being or whatever. God is God, and he is not like a mankind or something that he has mouth, or he just makes a sound. Makes a sound. Okay, it's another story. Okay, if you mean directly talking, okay, we don't have it in Quran that they talk it to each other like directly. It's another story, and it makes no sense, honestly. It doesn't come to mean that he's not a messenger, because a messenger is the one who carries the message. So there is nothing to discuss about. Okay, what you say is that God did talk to Moses and to Jesus. Yes, it can be, and he talked to Abraham at the same time. But for example, to Lut, as they say, I don't know, or Nuh, or something like that, there is no direct connection or direct talking to them. Yeah, so it makes no sense, honestly. The most important thing is to know that there is a creator. God is a creator. God is merciful, and so go on. We, in Islam or Christianity or Judaism or even in Zardosht, they do believe in that. So you have a common thing between each other. You don't need to discuss about that. Okay, but about what is your path? Not the question that your God is different and his God is different or this God is different. No, you believe that there is a creator. So there is only one God. There is only one God, not two, not three, not four, not 10. So there is only one God. So you have to believe in that. So in Islam and in Christianity or in other languages, I mean other religions, it is the same. Yeah, thank you. I will take the microphone after you.
You see, you are mixing things up. We are not talking about how many gods you have. First, you believe in one God, but yet you do not know who is this God. Or what you know his name, but never spoke to him. Correct, guys? He just agreed that his prophet never spoke to his God. And now you are saying to me, Lut, who make Lut as a prophet? Only in the Quran is a prophet. However, there is nowhere in the Quran it says that Allah spoke or did not spoke. There's many names in the Quran they mention without any stories about them, without details. But there's nowhere it says he spoke to him or he did not speak to him. However, Lot is not a prophet. Only in Islam those funny, even Alexander the Great in Islam, Allah spoke to Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is a bisexual guy. Why Allah speak to Alexander the Great but he didn't want to speak? The Muslims, they say that the most highest prophet ever is Muhammad. How he can be the highest prophet if even his God don't want to speak to him? And he never spoke to him. He want to speak to Alexander the Great, but he don't speak to Muhammad? In chapter 18, verse number 86, Allah he say to the Alexander the Great, قلنا يا ذا القرنين إما أن تعذب إما أن تتخذ فيهم حسنا. Either you punish them, I'm trying to remember the verse, either you punish them or you do for them. Who's talking to Alexander the Great? Allah. Why Allah speak to Alexander the Great, who is a gay, and make him a prophet of Allah, but yet Allah don't want to speak to Muhammad? He sent him an angel, and that's it. Guys, what do you think was more important? If I go to see the king, and then the king, he only send me his secretary, or the one who the king meet with him, which one is more higher? What do you think?
The Quran says all the Arabs are hypocrites. There is a verse, إن الأعراب أشد الناس كفرا ونفاقا.
Mr. Stupid, go and learn Arabic. Arab is not the Arab. Arab is a word speaking about those who they are Bedouin, but they are mixed between the Bedouin and non-Arab. Arab, which means people who claim to be, but they are not the Arab. Al-Arab, not the Arab. Dummy. Now let me show you from your Quran how the Quran says that Muhammad was ignorant from the ignorant, sent only to the ignorant. Let me show you in a second. Chapter 62, verse number 2. What the verse saying? Read for me, Mr. Ifra. According to this verse, Muhammad was sent from who to who? You might.
Look, with small opportunity, I make you ridiculous. Small opportunity you gave to me, I make you ridiculous. And the only way to defend yourself, yourself is by read that. You can't. Or by doing.
Read the verse. The Quran says Muhammad was sent to the ignorant and he is one of them. I gave you the verse. Read it. Why Allah called Muhammad an ignorant? And he is a prophet to the ignorant only. The verse is very clear. He is stupid from the stupid and sent to the stupid. He was not sent to the Arab. He was not sent to the world. He sent only to the stupid one. This is what the verse is saying. Read it. Your mic. This is the verse. Let me pause it again. And I will post the link to show everybody we are not giving our own translation. Your mic.
You want me to answer so that you stop me in the half of my answer, right? So why to answer? Look, Western people don't need.
You never answer anyways. Half of your answer, did you ever answer? Did you ever have a quarter of an answer? When you spoke about hate, we gave you the chapter 5 verse 14. Did you read it? You did read the first 2 words and start putting your own words. You are making your own Quran. Ifra, let us go back if you want. Which one you want to read first? 5:14 or 62 verse number 2? Let us finish this one. I will give you the mic. People will be my witnesses. Here we go. This is chapter 5 verse 14 again. I will give you a chance. Read the whole verse, then you explain the verse to us. Is that fair, guys? Is that fair? I'm not asking for much. Don't read 2 words and start putting your own words. No. Read the whole verse, and after you finish it, give me the explanation. Your mind.
Okay, give me promise that you will not stop me in the half of my explanation. Okay? I only tell you that Arabs without Islam are violent and like animals.
Right. This is what happened yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before in Yemen, in Iraq, in Sudan, in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, you see? Because Islam is not there, right? Because Islam is dead in there. This is why they are killing each other. No problem. This is not the topic, man. Read the verse. Potato. Read. I enjoy having you in our room, Ifra. No, I don't want to give him time to give me speeches about the Arab. This is not our topic. This is the verse. Read for us. Read the verse and then give me the explanation according to the scholars. Don't give me explanation from your own head. We have a Jalalain, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabri, Ibn Kathir. Choose one, no problem. So you finish the verse and you say to me, according to Ibn Kathir or according to Al-Qurtubi, or choose anyone. Because the Quran says the one who explained the Quran is only the one who have the knowledge. The scholars. We will go by the scholars. Not up to you, not up to me. I'm not the one to explain the Quran to you. And you have no right to explain the Quran to me. Because the Quran says only scholars. Your mind.
So first of all, we say topic, not dog big. It says Arabic pronunciation. And all Arabs are dictators and violent, all of them. Like you are violent and dictator. I'm here to debate with you and to dialogue with you, and you are violent with me. Okay, so I will try to answer to your question. What's the verse you told me? It is he who has sent amongst the illiterate a messenger from among themselves.
Not this one. Because you made complaint. You see, when we give him the other one, he don't want to read it. When he speak about the first one, he don't want to read it. What's wrong with you? Chapter 5, verse 14. Let us finish it one. This is the first one we start with. 5:14. Your mic. It's in the front of your eyes. And you know what? I'm going to record you. And I will put it in the banner. So they don't say, they did not say to me, they are recording. There we go. Let me turn the recording program, because I know after you read, you'll say I didn't say that. We know those stories. By recording you, we can play it back. Very simple, very easy.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead, Mr. Ifran. 1, 2, 3, we are recording. The mic is yours. I read for us the verse. Go ahead.
Okay, if you are here, give me at least 1 minute, 16 seconds. I don't ask more. Prove that I am liar. Let people to be convinced that I am liar by giving me only 1 minute. Don't ask more. So, about your verses, from those, it starts with from those.
Okay, thank you, Salas. Is my voice clear, guys? Am I heard perfectly? All right, thank you. Finally, we were able to fix the sound, so the two voices will come, those who they are speaking to me and me too. That's good. Anyway, do we have a Muslim here? Do we have any Muslim in the room? Not yet. No, no problem. Well, you know, the debate, my voice is low. Is it? Very quiet. Okay. Is better now? Better? All right. You know, what we heard right now is very normal. Muslims always, you ask them a question, it doesn't matter how many times, you have to repeat it again and again and again, and maybe one day, maybe they will answer you. But that's maybe. So you have to work hard for it. And maybe, because simply a Muslim, he cannot really give you any answer, and he have no choice. If he answer, it's a problem. Like we are asking him to read chapter 5, verse 14 in the Quran. He don't want to read it. Why? Because simply if you read it, that will make Islam look bad. The God of Islam, he has spread hate and enmity between the Christians. Doesn't make sense. That's very normal always for Muslims to see. Anyway, do we have Abdul in the room? Any Muslim would like to come and debate us? You see, Muslims, they say that we do not know much about Islam, and that will make it very easy for you to win the argument, any argument you came with against us. As you see, we do not know much. You know, as Muslims, they say, right? And as long as we do not know much, it's mean we will not make it. That means we will really, it's going to be easy for you to defeat us. So I don't see really a reason for a Muslim not to debate us, because you will win in either way. Don't worry about not winning, Muslims. Allah will support you and Allah will help you. Look at ISIS. The Muslims, they say that 60 countries cannot fight ISIS. This must be because Allah is supporting them. The fact 60 countries, none of them is sending one soldier in the ground. And this is why ISIS still exists, not because Allah is supporting ISIS. Actually, most of ISIS men, the average life they have is not even 6 months. And mostly those who live longer is those who they are leaders, because they hide behind the shield under the ground in the caves. But I don't think your Allah is with you at all. The same what happened to Osama bin Laden is going to happen to every Muslim terrorist. However, many people, they say Islam have nothing to do with terrorism, and Islam is a peaceful religion. And even Zakir Naik, he said, Islam is coming from the word peace. You know Zakir Naik, right? If you don't believe me, I can make Zakir Naik speak to you. He spoke in the front through TV screen. He spoke to Oxford. You can watch the video, and you will see how nervous he is. At the same time, you will notice that he must be listening, using hearing, headphone. Somebody is telling him what to say, because it take him about maybe 20 seconds between every statement and the other statement. He's listening. However, Zakir Naik, he said, brother and sister, everybody think that Islam is the founder of Islam is the Prophet Muhammad, but the Prophet Muhammad is not the founder of Islam. The fact is the third prophet. So everyone think that Muhammad is the founder of Islam, but the fact Muhammad is not the founder of Islam, is the last prophet. Now, if Adam, he was a Muslim, Abraham was a Muslim, Moses was a Muslim, all of them, they were Muslims. How come none of those Muslims taught what Muhammad taught? Like, did Abraham taught that it's okay to lie? Did Moses taught his people you can lie in 3 cases, to your wife, to your friends, to your enemy? Did Isa teach such a thing? So when you say to me this is a religion exists before Muhammad, then you have to prove it. Yeah, this is true, Potters. But anyway, you see, there's a law in this earth. This exists by nature. It's called the one who take by the sword will be taken. I watch many of the videos of those who used to be judges, those who they order the beheading of people. Imagine most of them they are beheaded by ISIS themselves. Imagine they work for ISIS and later they beheaded by ISIS. There's a judge who worked for ISIS. He ordered God knows how many head to be beheaded, and later ISIS, they send their soldiers and they kill the man and his wife and his child. They slaughter them, and he is a judge for them just because he said something negative about the Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. It's a gang system. It has nothing to do with God. God will not send rapists, criminals, thieves, and says those are the ones who will practice justice on earth. However, ISIS are a lot nicer than Muhammad himself. There's many ugly things Muhammad did, ISIS did not do yet. But ISIS did not do anything Muhammad did not do. You need to notice that. And the weird, you will see someone, he just converted to Islam yesterday, and the day after he want to kill his own people. Like today, I'm a Hindu, Buddha, atheist, Christian, I'm peaceful, I never killed anyone, I don't want to kill anyone. Then I convert to Islam. And the second I convert to Islam, suddenly my voice changed, my talk changed. Suddenly everybody is an enemy. Suddenly I hate everyone. Suddenly, we need to kill everybody. Simply what this religion does, change the person from a peaceful man to an enemy for own. And yet they say to us, Islam is a very peaceful religion. The Messiah said, from their fruits, you shall know them. Right? From their fruits, not from their names, not from their look. Not from color, not from ethnic. And I want people to remember this, what Christ he said. Because sometimes people, they try to make connection between color and bad people, or ethnic and bad people. I don't believe in this. I believe that people, they grow in society. If that society teach bad, they will grow bad. So it might look maybe an ethnic, but it's not really an ethnic. Just to change the teaching, you will see people change. Like, me myself, I grew up in the Middle East. And in the Middle East, everybody hate the Jews. It's not a secret, right? Not find one country in the Middle East don't preach teaching against the Jews publicly. But me myself, I never really felt any hate to the Jews, because I felt that this is all is not based on truth, not based on something right. It's based on a religious background. The Jews, they were against Muhammad. They made fun of Muhammad. They exposed Muhammad, and the Jews have to pay the high price forever, because Muhammad, he said statements about them, but not because the Jews are bad or good. See, I'm not against justice to anyone. Doesn't matter if he's a Jew or a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or an atheist. Someone is a criminal, let him be punished. But to say that the prophet, he said, the judgment day will come. And when a Jew, he tried to hide behind a tree or a rock, the tree and the rock will scream and say, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him. That is not justice. It doesn't say a guilty Jew. It doesn't say a bad Jew. It doesn't say a criminal Jew. It says a Jew, any Jew. That what is racism, and in the way of cleansing, because his target is to cleanse the Jews. He want to kill them all. And by the way, it's the same for the Christians anyway. Muhammad, during his time, he was trying to present himself as close to the Christians, because the Christians are the majority in the world. So he did not really take, let us say, a hike against the Christians right away, because at that time he was weak, and he was afraid that the Christians will go against him in the time he is not ready to fight them yet, Assalamu alaikum, education. How are you? Education False? That's a good name. Are you a Muslim, Mr. Education? Are you a Muslim? Anyway, if you are a Muslim, please put your hand up. No problem. If you like to share and you are a Muslim, feel free. So Muhammad, he decided to divide the Christians and the Jew. So he said the most are close to the believers is those who call themselves Nasara, which means supposedly the Christians. And the most who hate you is the one who call themselves Jews. When you read it, you think that Muhammad really, he's in favor of the Christians over the Jews. And he's saying things to make the Christians look better. The fact, no, he was trying to divide the Christian and the Jew, trying to divide them and make the Christian believe that I'm not against you, I'm against the Jews, they are the minority, don't worry. But as we learned in the Middle East, they say Saturday first and Sunday next. Do you know what does that mean? It's mean we cleanse the Jews first in Saturday, and then the Christians Sunday. Saturday is the day of the Jews, Sunday is the day of the Christians. So Saturday first, Sunday next. And this is what Muslims, they say to you, Islam came step by step. If you ask yourself, step by step for what? About what? What do you mean step by step? Well, Muhammad, he was weak. He cannot say it right away. Muhammad, he had to wait until he is ready for war, until he can conquer, until he can defeat, until he can kill. And then Muhammad is not in need of step to step. He is going to say it forward, I'm going to slaughter you, I'm going to kill you. This is why you see Muhammad, when he was weak, he never said, I've been ordered to fight and kill all mankind until they say there's no prophet but me. He never said that. So what happened? What happened? Why suddenly Muhammad, he changed? Why he was supposedly speaking about himself, a person of justice, a person of mercy, the God of mercy, and then suddenly he want to kill everybody who don't believe in him. Because simply Muhammad, this is how he is. But he, you know, he is the one who said the famous statement, war is about deception. War is about deception. And Muhammad is in war. Actually, Muslims, yes, mic is open for all. You want to share? Feel free. All right. If anyone would like to talk, have a question for me, or you don't agree with me, or you don't want to, or you want to debate me, please feel free. All right. So when Muslims they say Islam came in stages, they are talking about war is deception. That is the stages they are talking about. So when we are weak, we live between you, we are minority, then we will be subdued, we'll be nice, we'll be easy. We will not try to enforce our religion on you. We will apply to build a mosque in a very friendly way, and we will ask you please for permission. Can you please, we are Muslims, peaceful, you know, build a mosque. And then we are 5% of the population. Then our tone will change a little bit. Then when we are 10%, our tone will change a lot. And then when we are 30%, we take over. We do not need to wait until we are 50% or 60%. The reason of that, you see, terrorism is very powerful. When there is a bunch of or a group who they believe in violence and the rest they don't, who is the winner in this war? You know the winner, right? The winner is the terrorist, because the others, they are peaceful, they will run for their life. They don't want to kill, they don't want to fight. Do you guys remember the sniper of New York? Anyone remember the story, the sniper of New York? The Muslim Abdul who converted to Islam? It was one guy. One guy, he terrified the whole city. Just one person. Not an army, not the 19, magnificent 19 as Shawari called the 19 hijackers. Huh? One person. One person, he terrified a city of 9 million. And this is why Muslims, terrorism is a very important strategic to win the war, because they know they cannot match in war with you. So they try to install terror in the heart of the disbelievers, as the Quran says. Muhammad, he said, Nusirtu Burra. Nusirtu Burra, which means I was victorious by terror. I was victorious by terror. Muhammad claimed that people, they, you know, who was victorious a distance of a month away. A month away. Imagine people, they hear of him from a month away distance, they surrender to Islam because they know he's coming. Why? Because this is terrorism. Right? So terrorism is extremely important method, and Muslims will never change it unless they need to, but that will be temporarily. All of you guys, you know, a Muslim sect, it's called Ahmadiyya, correct? Do you know Ahmadiyya? The Ahmadiyya. Okay. Ahmadiyya, when they have an Arabic TV station, and once I made a video of them actually, and I posted on YouTube. It was about beating women. It was about beheading. If you listen to Ahmadiyya in English, you will hear them speaking very friendly. They are against jihad, they are against killing, they are against, you hear Ahmadiyya speaking in Arabic TV, they are no different from any Islamic group. It's the same. So how come when they are speaking in English, they are very friendly? When they speak in Arabic, they are pro beheading and pro jihad and pro killing and pro beating women, you know? Like they were talking about beating women. Someone called and says, what do you think about beating the wife? So the guy, he said to him, if you have a wife, she is an idiot, what do? You give her a hug or you beat her? You should beat her. Those are the Ahmadiyya. But you will never hear such an answer from Ahmadiyya in English. It doesn't matter if they are heresy or not, and I'm not talking about this. You see, there's many Islamic, you see the cult of Islam have many babies, a lot of babies, but this is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying how they change their tone, how they change their words, how they change their language, how they change even the value, just by changing the audience. If you go on airline, Saudi Airline, you will see a brochure written in Arabic and English. The same brochure have a pages in Arabic, pages in English. The pages in English says, you know, the Saudi Airline welcome you and we wish you a good luck to have a etc. and return to use our airline, like normal thing. The one in Arabic is full of cursing for the infidels and may Allah grant us a safe trip. It's the same brochure. One is speaking about may Allah destroy the infidels and keep the Muslims safe, and the same brochure, just flip the page in English, it says different story. You just change the audience. The Arab, we speak to them in different way because those are the Muslims. We speak the truth. We speak Islam. The Western, they speak to them hypocrisy because we don't want them to know what we are praying for them. You know what I'm saying? And this is exactly the same for Ahmadiyya, all of them. When they speak to you in English, you know, go and call the Deen show. The Deen show, Alhamdulillah, wa Bismillah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, our beloved watching people, Christians, Muslims beloved. Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Buddhas, those are beloved. Since when? Since when those are the beloved one? This is what you will hear in the Deen show. You will see useless state. He said, I'm not calling the names. He said his wife, she called him useless. However, his name is Yusuf. So useless state, he said. Many, they said, I receive a phone call and I receive an email, I receive a letter. By the way, they make up stories. You know, you will see him holding a cell phone in his hand and supposedly speaking to someone, asking questions. Have you ever heard someone calling by cell phone TV station and we cannot hear his voice? Because simply nobody is calling. This guy want to talk about this topic and he want to make it like somebody call, and now the phone in his hand, we do not even hear the phone ringing. I have someone with me right now and he's asking, is it true that Islam teach hate against Christians? Do you know that the Prophet's wife was a Christian? Really? Do you know that the Prophet's wife was a Jew? Really? Can you tell us how he got the wife? He killed her family, her brother, her husband, and he took the wife. So what they want to mention to you, that do you know that the Prophet, he had a wife, she is a Jew, but they will not tell you how he made her a wife. They will not tell you that he killed the husband, the father, the brother, the family, the tribe, and he took the wife as a slave. This is the logic of Muslims. I will kill you. I will kill your mother. I will kill your father. I will kill your brother. I will kill your son. I will kill your daughter, and then I will take your female and sleep with her. That is love. Do you know the song? That's love. Maybe I ask you. You know the song? That is love. So they try always to give you a very different idea of the truth. Please, people, tell me if the sound is good always. If it's not, let me know, please. The reason I made my book, actually, the Quran and Science in Depth, because of the lies. It's unbelievable. You see, you will not see a religion This religion, all of it is based on lies. Allah, He sent down the iron. Allahu Akbar. The science today discovered that iron came down from heaven. You know, the same verse, man, read. It says Allah, He sent down the book. It says Allah, He sent down the feather. You see the chickens, according to Islam, the feather of the chicken came from heaven. How come only you took the iron? In Islam, everything comes from above, everything. The feather, the clothes, the food, the book, the prophets, everything is coming from there. وَأَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْهُمْ رِيشْ, you know, rish, what rish? Feather. The chicken, according to Islam, it was naked and Allah sent down feather. And then they say to you, how come the number of the coding of the hadith, according to the Arabic alphabet, is equal to the number of iron in science? Well, you know what? If this is true, this is mean the one who made the miracle is the one who called the word hadith, hadith. And that is not your prophet. The word exists before Islam. This is an Arabic word, exists in the Arabic language. It's taken actually from the Aramaic. Tons of lies. You know the story in the Quran about the flying carpet? You know it, right? Those who have my book, you can read about the story. You will see in there, the Muslims, they make it a scientific miracle. This is a prediction of a human being is going to go to the space and he will have a fly. He will fly by airplane and in aerospace. The flying carpet became about prediction of space invasion and airplane. Well, the flying carpet is just long before Islam, and this is where Muhammad, he took the story from. He took it from the legends of the Jews. So the space speak about a flying carpet who you jump in the top of it, you, and there's 600,000 chair in the top of it and doesn't have an engine. You give it command to fly without an engine. That is a science. So, you know, the Muslims, they are so desperate to come with science, you know, in any way, they have to make something. And the Muslims, because they know that you do not speak Arabic, so they change the translation of the verses. You will see as an example, the translation of Harun Yahya of the Quran doesn't match any translation, because he have to make it look sound like something have to do with science. Do we have any Muslim in the room? Any Muslim don't agree with us? Sure, George, what the question? Georgian. Do you want to come to mine? You want to say the question on the mic? Anyway, when you are ready, let me know. Okay, take the mic, go ahead. Well, if you have a question, take the mic. You want to talk? Whoever have a question, please put your hand up and take the mic. Go ahead. All right, thank you very much. You know, there's many stories Muslims they come with, which is nothing but a fabrication. Because if this is true, and Muhammad really he said such a thing, well, how come he did not? Why? Okay, if he said to those who they are throwing stones at him, forgive them, Allah, they don't know what they are doing. So where is the logic of ordering to kill those who never throw stones at you? You forgive those who throw stones or rocks at you, and you say, Allah, forgive them, they don't know what they are doing. In the same time, you order those who never throw stones at you to be killed. You know what I mean? Because a merciful person, he will be merciful. And the one who says to the one who's hurting him for real physically, may God forgive you, he should say that to the one who never hurt him anyway. But Muhammad did the opposite. Muhammad, he launched a war against those who don't believe in him just because they don't believe. So what is the difference between the first and the second? One, he throw rocks, he hurt Muhammad, and he don't believe. This is why they throw rocks, according to the Muslims. And the other one, they never saw Muhammad, they never attack Muhammad, they never have war with Muhammad, and Muhammad ordered to kill them all. So why? It doesn't make sense. You see, when Jesus says, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing, that match with the character and the story of Jesus, because Jesus, he never killed anyone. Jesus never said, go and take sword and kill those who don't believe in me. So when Jesus says, forgive them, Father, really, he is not being hypocrite, because he never hurt, and he never harmed anyone. He never teaching for killing of anyone, and he did not practice any of this. It's like, when a Muslim says to you, Islam free slaves. Islam free slaves. How many slaves Muhammad has? How many slaves Muhammad freed? The guy, his name Bilal, the Ethiopian, the African, very famous name Muslims they use always to try to fool the black African. Bilal, when Muhammad he dies, still he is a slave, which means Muhammad never freed Bilal during his lifetime. But yet the Muslim, they say to you, Islam is against slavery. If Islam is against slavery, how come Muhammad, he used to have almost every weekend on the stage many slaves, and he choose from them what he like, and the rest he give out? There's a hadith about Fatima. She used to come to the Prophet, and right away when she hear that slaves are coming, she go to her father so she can choose the best of them, because she is the daughter. She's a daughter. Slaves are coming every day. And slavery never stopped. So how you say to me that we are, Islam is against slavery? Lies, statements, nobody knows where they're coming from except to make Islam look good. As an example, the Muslim, they say to you that Islam does not even make a difference between a slave woman and a free woman. When you see in the hadith, it says, and even the Quran, that a Muslim should not marry. It's not halal. Let me pause for you this hadith. It's not halal to marry a slave girl. It's not halal to marry a Christian or a Jewish slave girl. Just wait, why the Christians and the Jews became slaves of Muslims? Remember, Islam is against slavery. Remember, the Prophet, as encountered, he said, forgive them, Allah, they didn't know what they are doing. So Muhammad, he forgave them, but he enslaved them. Muhammad, he forgave them, but he take their women and rape them. That's a nice forgiveness. Georgian boy, you're man. Okay, Georgian, just give me your text, your question in the text, okay? I'm not going to wait for you forever. Muhassanat mean the married one. The married women. Muslims are not allowed to marry married women unless they are captives. You see how nice Islam? So you can marry, actually not marry, you can have sex with married women if she is not from the Muhassanat. The Muhassanat is the married Muslim women, not a Christian woman or a Jewish woman. That's why you see ISIS, they kidnap women and they sell them right away for sex. Because even if they are married, so what? You know, they are just not Muhassanat. Muhassanat is only the Muslim married women. Muhassanat in Arabic means the protected one, protected under the rules. So protected from having sex with them, from raping them, because they are married to Muslim men. Any Muslim? Allah forgive my nation, for they have no knowledge. Well, you know what? The funny, Allah forgive my nation and they have no knowledge. Isn't it Allah, He sent him for those who don't have knowledge? Isn't it the Quran says, we send you for the unlearned, from the unlearned, which means you are ignorant too, you don't have knowledge. So what is the new there? Secondly, do Muhammad have knowledge? Do Muhammad have knowledge? If we go right now and search in the Quran for the word maybe, how many times we will find the word maybe in the Quran? Have you ever heard, even his God, have you ever heard about God, he says maybe? Those things only happen in Islam. The word maybe in Arabic is mostly used in the Arabic Quran, is asa. Maybe your Lord, He will divorce you. Maybe your Lord will forgive you. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Well, what kind of God, this God who say maybe? If you go to chapter 4, verse number 99 as an example, I'll give you a clear example about it. Let me see if I can, just to show you the hypocrisy of the translation, by the way. The Muslim, to cover the problems of the Quran, they fabricate translation. You know, I wish I have really enough time to translate the whole Quran. Look at the translation of Muhsin Khan, just to show you the fabrication of the translation. This is a translation. There are they whom Allah is likely to forgive them. Is likely to forgive them? Who's talking? Do you hear me, guys? Who's talking there? Allah. No, Allah's talking. This is the Quran. Allah saying there are they whom Allah is likely to forgive them. Like, is it likely? Maybe. No, this is not the question, he forgive or not. The question is, he's not sure. Right? Because if Allah is saying, he said, I will forgive you or I will not forgive you. But say likely and maybe, actually the correct translation should be, Asa Allahu an ya'fu anhum, mean maybe, and or we wish, we wish that Allah will forgive them. But who is talking? What do you mean you wish? We go to the different verse. In chapter 7, verse 185. Let us see translation of Yusuf Ali. Look at the translation of Yusuf Ali. I will post the link for you so you can open by yourself. Thank you, Mikey. So, do they not behold the kingdom of the heaven and the earth and all things that Allah has created, and that it may be that the end of their lives is near? Maybe. Don't Allah know the future? Isn't He the Almighty God? Why He's saying maybe? Maybe your life is near to end, maybe, because simply if he said for sure they will, and then later they don't die, people will laugh at him. Correct? The one who is sure, he will not say maybe. Do we have any Muslim here? Any Muslim in the room would like to come to the mic? Please, if there is any Muslim, feel free. And don't worry, you will leave our room and you will be safe. We don't be hidden here. By the way, if you have a question for me in YouTube, you can post in YouTube the question for me, please. Feel free. No problem. But I think you have to log in Hangout and you post the text there. There's in the corner of the video. It says be part of the conversation, I think, or part of the etc. So you have to log in Hangout so you can post questions for me. Not in YouTube. In YouTube, exactly, page is going to stay there. You have to log into the chat of Hangout. Any Muslim? Any Muslim here? Encounter, dear Mike. All right, Encounter, go and take the mic, please. You know, when someone he deny his book, what does that train you? What does that train you exactly? Think about it. It's his book. Am I heard, guys? Am I heard? All right. This is his book, and he don't want to follow this book. So this is the problem of who? My problem or his problem? Obviously, number one, he's ashamed of it. Right? He's ashamed of it to the point he want to deny it. Secondly, the weak and the strong hadith game they always Muslims play. Do you know that even the weak hadith they cannot even reject? Because weak doesn't mean it's strong. Do you know that? Weak hadith does not mean it is not valid. Weak, it's only they are not sure 100% it is true. That's all. This is why it's in the book. You know what I'm saying? As an example, I made a video on YouTube. All of you go watch it in my YouTube account. You will see I showed you the same hadith. Same hadith. Once appear as weak, once appear as strong. Like how it can be the same? How the weak one appear to be strong one in different place? One it says da'if, one it says strong, Hasan. Like, come on. Jayyid. Good. But the Muslims today, the easiest way to run away from anything, before even he don't even know if it's a strong or weak or anything. He sees it right away. It doesn't make sense. It looks stupid. So right away he said to you, oh, you know what? It's weak. This hadith was not weak for the last like 1400 years. Today it's weak. Now it's not valid. Now it's bad, but it wasn't bad before. So what is new? Today, people are educated. People, they laugh at Muhammad's stories. A flying donkey with the bracelet in her hands and wearing a necklace. Muhammad is speaking to his donkey, the one who killed the Jews, and he kidnapped the Jews' donkeys from them. And then he asked the donkey, I have an echo. He asked the donkey, do you like females? Have you ever heard about such a conversation? Prophet of God asked the donkey, do you like females? And then the donkey, he say no. Have you ever heard of a donkey don't like females? Like what happened? This guy, he was spending his life to be a monk. This is a monkey donkey. I mean, a monk donkey. Why this monkey do not want females? What happened? This is the donkey is a missionary. Maybe he's a homosexual. Maybe he's a gay. And by the way, do you know, guys, who is the first commit suicide in the history of Islam? Anyone knows? Who is the first one? The donkey. You believe it? After the death of Muhammad, the donkey became so desperate, and he jumped inside an empty well of water, and he died there. Like hello. Don't you see the story is too much emotional? With my respect to the Indian, this is like an Indian story. But even in the Indian story, I never saw a donkey in the Indian movie commit suicide because his owner he passed away. Now, if you read this story about the donkey, this story of the donkey always is strong, never been weak, for sure. But today, If you present it in front of a Muslim, he's educated, what he will say to you, the Prophet is speaking to a donkey and asking him about females. Come on, what he will say? What do you think? He will say it's weak. He will say it's absolutely no way the Prophet said that. Not because it's really weak, but because, you know, either he deny it or he have to admit that his prophet is a made-up cult. What about the hadith says if a man have orgasm first, the baby will be a boy. If the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. If you read the translation made by Muslims, you will see it says if the chromosome, what I don't know how to say the word correctly, the chromosome, something like this, became more, and you know what chromosome? The Prophet, he know those words? I don't know now. I don't know how to say it. The chromosome. Muhammad at that time, he is talking about where is the word chromosome in the hadith? It does not exist. It says if the Prophet, if the man, he have orgasm first, he will have the baby. And now all of us, we know what happened, right? If you are a girl, it's mean your mother, she is the one have orgasm first, according to Muhammad. Now we know what happened exactly at that night. You see, good news. According to the story, if you are a male, it's mean your father at that night when he was with your mom, with my respect to both of them, your father is the one who finished first. Now, my advice for you, if you are a person who look ugly, you don't want your son to look like you, don't ever have orgasm first. Come on, you don't want them to look like you, because it doesn't say only he will be a male. In different hadith says he will look like you and he will be male. And this is why if I get married, I will never ever finish first. I don't want my kids to look like me. Unbelievable, man. That's disgusting. That's not fair. You know, I'm not going to do this to my children. Unbelievable. So where Muhammad is getting this science from? This is science or science fiction or science donkey or science monkey? What about the monkey who committed adultery? And the Muslim monkeys, they found her doing that. And then they stone her to death. I wish I can play for you the video in Arabic of a Muslim cleric. He's speaking about it. This monkey donkey, what monkey donkey? This monkey female, chimpanzee, beautiful, she's very sexy. So she was sleeping next to her husband, Mr. Chimpanzee, under the tree. And then another young monkey, he was seducing her from behind in the other tree. Maybe he have a big banana. Don't take me wrong, I'm talking about real banana, right? Because I know some of you may have a dirty mind. So he showed her a banana, and she could not resist. She went behind the tree, and they have blank. You know what a blank mean, right? It's like vote for Obama. So they went behind the tree, and they have a blank, and then she finished. She ate the banana. She came back, and then when she slept next to her husband, her husband noticed nothing. But look what happened, guys. Allah will reveal the truth. The chimpanzee, he sniffed her. You know where. I'm not going to tell you where. He sniffed, and right away he found out that she was having sex with someone else. He started screaming, and the monkey told everybody, the neighbors, and the neighbors told the neighbors, and the neighbors of, like, imagine a city in the size of Los Angeles, all of it monkeys. Everybody now heard about Miss Susie, the female monkey who committed adultery. Everybody is coming from everywhere. Phone calls, reception, you know, emails, what's up, Viber, you know, what's up? Did you hear the news? The wife of our brother Abdul Monkey, she have a cheating with him. What are you talking, brother? She did? Unbelievable. Let us get stones. And all of them, they gather stones and they put her in the middle, and they start throwing rocks at her. And then there was a Muslim guy walking down the street. He is the only Muslim who walked by. It happened. Things happen. And then he saw them throwing the rocks at the monkey, and they told him what the story. So he started sharing with them, and he threw rocks himself, and he swear by Allah, this is a true story. Did you see the Muslim blonde man, the convert from USA? The one who said, he have a cousin, she went to Africa. She went where? To Africa. and then she have a relative who is sick. So she prayed to Allah, may Allah help him, Allah help him. And then Allah, suddenly, a white man appeared in her room. And because at that time, there is no way there is no white men in Africa at that time. His cousin, he's not even 24 years old. His cousin, at that time, there is no white people in Africa. Like, why? Your cousin was exist 5,000 years ago? What do you mean at that time? How old is your cousin? She's your cousin. Like, there's 100 years, you know, even 100 years ago, there's not white men in Africa, so he must be an angel because he's a white man. So white, remember, in Islam, angels, they have to be white. Black, no way. So it must be it must be an angel because it's white. I can show you the video. Just search for the video. It's called the $7 miracle, $7.11. Then the second miracle. This guy, he go to the grocery store each time. And when he arrived to the cashier machine, he remember, oops, I don't have my wallet with me. And then he say, Allah, 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 Allah help me. And Allah send the exact amount for the grocery. As an example, I'm just copying, I'm quoting his words, by the way. I'm not making things up. You can watch the video. And Allah sent the exact amount, which is, as example, quote, $7.11. So I find my pocket $7.11 exactly. You see, this is why I want to convert to Islam, buddy. Like, my God never sent me $7.11 to pay for any grocery, not even 1 cent. Yeah, and he said in the video, it happened many times. It happened what? Many times. Like, what mean many times? Many times. Why Allah want to pay for the grocery of a white blonde man who live in America who do not need money? He just forget his wife and home because he's lazy. But he will not pay for the grocery of someone who live in Somalia. He is dying from hunger. The one who do not need money, Allah, he pay for his grocery. And those who they are dying from hunger, Allah don't pay for their grocery. So if someone, he write a collection of those stories and he put them in a book, and that book was written 4,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago, can you believe how many people believe it? If you go to his page right now, you will see how many Muslims saying to you, praise be to Allah, which means they believe it. Today in the year 2015, there's people believe that someone, he go to the grocery store and he say Allah, 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 and Allah, he sent him $7.11 today. So imagine if you make up a story 1400 years ago, what will happen? Are you getting the point? The one who accept those stories today, who not accepted 14, you know, we are in 2015, where people, they are going to fly to not to the moon, to the galaxy, where people now, they can see each other by camera from thousands of miles away. All the technology we have, still we have people, they believe in such a garbage. And I noticed, actually, I never saw someone, he convert to Islam in the West, he don't have a mental issue. I challenge you to find me one of them, he is not mental. It's a challenge. In order to convert to Islam, you have to be suffering from something. A desperate woman, she cannot find a husband, she convert to Islam. A desperate man who cannot find a family, who convert to Islam. A desperate man who is angry from his society, he convert to Islam. A criminal in jail, he convert to Islam. A healthy human being, he will never do so. Encounter, the mic is yours, go ahead. Well, your mic, your hand was up. That's why I told you to take your mic. Your hand is up. Maybe you didn't see it. Anyway, it's okay. And you know about Muhammad being a prophet of God. I challenge one Muslim to tell me how Muhammad became a prophet. What is his prophecy? What he prophesied? Let me tell you one of my famous prophecy. This coming month, actually tomorrow, many women, they will have their period. I must be a prophet. And I assure you it's going to happen. Can Muhammad come with a prophecy like this? What is the prophecy of Muhammad? We were just talking about how many times the Quran says maybe. Do you know why Muhammad says maybe always? Because you don't know. You know, you don't know. Maybe Donald Trump will win the election, but maybe the other guy, maybe Ben Carson, but maybe I'm going to name all of them. So whoever maybe is going to win, I will be a prophet. Any Muslim have a comment about maybe? No? Any question? Like what about Muhammad? He said that in the case of witness, Muslim women, she cannot be a witness alone. Even if there's 1 million Muslim women, if there's not even one male between them, their witnessing is not accepted. It have to be at least one person is a male. Now, according to the science of Allah, because Muslim women, they have, or women in general, they have a defect problem in the memory. That's why the Quran says that if one of them forgot, the other one will remind her. Now, all of us, we know, it's not really a secret, that women, when it's come to details, they are a lot better than men. If you go right now, you and your wife to a party, a wedding, invitation, whatever it is, and then you go back and we ask you what you ate, you will not remember. If you ask the wife, she will tell you not only what you ate, she will tell you what they were dressing, what perfume they were using, what the color of the dishes. She will tell you what the color of the shoes of each one of the women who was there. She will tell you the hairstyle. You as a male, you will not notice those. But the Quran says the opposite, says that women, they have short memory, they have a problem. So if one of them forgot, the other one will remind her. The man do not need that. That's alone proof that Muhammad, he is just, following a culture of disrespecting women and, presenting this culture in his Quran. Am I heard, guys? All right. It look like many of you don't have sound no more. We are having the same problem again. Maybe, guys, you need to go out of the room and come back. Maybe somebody can tell them in the mic, please, in the text, to re-enter the room again. Any Abdul? You know, I find one of the funniest verses in the Quran, the first chapter Muhammad he received supposedly, which is chapter 96, verse number 1. Remember, this was number 1 in Islam, but Muslims they change the location and they make it number 96. Verse number 4, I find it very unique. Anyone knows why? That verse says that Allah he taught the use of the pen. Who taught the use of the pen? Allah. Actually, the verse doesn't say that. It says he is the one who taught by using the pen. الذي علم بالقلم. Translation of Yusuf Ali is الشيش كباب فلافل. This is why if you go you will see the translations don't match. It is him, which means Allah, is the one who taught by the pen. I have a challenge to Muslim to tell us what Allah taught by the pen. Look, all Muslim translation is fake. All of them they are saying it's Allah who taught the writing by the pen. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It's Allah who has taught the writing by the pen. Where is the word writing in the Quran? It doesn't exist. It is Allah who has taught by pen. Allama bil qalam. He taught you by pen. Now I challenge them to tell me where Muhammad he got this from. If Muslims themselves they say Muhammad was illiterate, he's talking to who? He taught who? He taught who? Any Muslim can tell me? All of us we know that the people they know writing by writing long before Islam exists. The Aramaic, a very ancient nation, the Chinese, you know, they have a very long heritage of writing. What this guy is talking about? Allah, he is the one who taught the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Aramaic. He is the one who taught them to write with a pen. And yet Muhammad, the prophet of Allah, the favorite prophet, he did not teach him how to use the pen. Like he taught all those people by the pen, but his favorite prophet, he did not know how to use the pen. Well, brother, everything is possible in Islam. Everything is possible. If you remember the story of Azab al-Qabr, do you guys remember it? The punishment of the grave? We play video about it from time to time for fun, right? It's funny, it's stupid. The reason I want to mention this just to show you how Muhammad, he never been taught anything except he hear things from people around him and he adopted and he make it part of religion. Things he heard from Waraq ibn Nawfal, it is in Quran. Why? Because Waraq he wrote it already. Things he heard by someone saying it, either it have to be written, which means someone present him a book, or someone just saying a story and then Muhammad adopted as a hadith. Most of the stories is written in the Quran is coming from a written books, which means Muhammad was just making a little bit of copy paste. But I will give you one of the funny story. Muhammad he mentioned a lot about about the punishment of the grave. You notice that Muhammad all his life never mentioned the punishment of the grave. Never, never. And once a Jewish woman came to the prophet wife Aisha. Listen to this carefully, guys, just to show you the source of Islam. A Jewish woman, she came to Aisha, and I believe strongly that this Jewish woman, she did that on purpose. She came, she told Aisha, and she know Aisha, she will tell her husband, and she know that this fool, he will copy and paste whatever they say because it is a Jew who's saying that. He think this is coming from their books. Read with me this story. Is my voice coming, guys? Am I heard? All right. Aisha said that the Jews came to her and mentioned the punishment of the grave, saying to her, listen carefully, who is the one who came? Who is the one who came to Aisha? A Jew. And the Jew mentioned to her the punishment of the grave, saying, may Allah protect you from the punishment of the grave. Then Aisha, she asked Allah Messenger about the punishment of the grave. Look what Muhammad said. Muhammad liked the idea right away. He said, yes, there is punishment in the grave. Aisha added, after that I never saw Allah Messenger but seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment of the grave. In this story you discover two things. Aisha never heard Muhammad mention this story before, correct? Do you agree? Because if she heard it, she would not ask him. She's asking, is this true? There's a punishment of the grave. This means that in this house, this story never mentioned. Nobody ever Muhammad speak about punishment of the grave. Then Aisha, she mentioned what the Jewish women she said. And since then, Muhammad never stopped saying, I seek refuge from Allah against the punishment of the grave. How come Muhammad was not saying that before? Like what happened? The punishment of the grave was not exist until today. Until the Jewish woman, she came to Aisha and she said that to her. People, do you understand what I'm saying? Why the punishment of the grave never be exist at this moment? Why Aisha never heard of it? And why since then Muhammad he never stopped saying it? It's like, you know, me, I claim to know everything until one day I never spoke about it, I never said anything about it, until one day says something, somebody says of you something to me, and then I keep repeating it forever. But I never mentioned it before. But I will tell you what the Jews are doing. You see, the Jews, they are making fun of Muhammad, they are exposing him. They go and they tell him stories which is false. They know it's false. To examine how false he is, because if he adopted, it means it's false, right? Correct, guys? Like if you come to me and you say to me, there's a verse in the Bible says, whatever, but this verse doesn't exist. And I claim that I am a person who have knowledge of the Bible, and then you will know that I'm false, because this verse, you know, like this is what I do sometimes with Muslims. I ask them, do you read the Bible? They say, yeah, many times. I said, okay, can you read for me a verse from the chapter of Tom Tom? The chapter of Tom Tom, the book of Tom Tom. He say, yeah, but you know, and I don't remember it all. We don't have a chapter of Tom Tom. What Tom Tom? That is the name of a beach. Any Muslim? Am I heard, guys? Hello? Do you people hear me? All right. Yeah, well, it's haram, brother. It's haram to go on Paltalk. It's haram to go to Christian rooms to debate. There's a fatwa about it. But it's not haram to go to the porno rooms. Any Abdul? Anyone have a question? If you are a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddha, doesn't matter really. If you have a question, please feel free. I will be happy to answer you. Benny Hinn? Well, Benny Hinn, I think he is just a copy of Muhammad. You see, every season have some kind of scammers, and this is one of the scammers. There's many, they take religion as a business to scam people. You know, when someone he asks you for donation, and he lived a life of a king, and then he claimed that he is the one who pray for the poor, isn't it really obvious that he is a scammer? Muhammad, he claimed to be the servant of God, but he said to the Muslims that Allah told me I have to take the fifth from each attack to Allah and to me. The fifth. And then he made a verse that Allah told him to take alms, to take money from your goods. In order what? In order to pray for you. The Prophet of Islam, he cannot pray for you unless you pay him. Imagine I say to you, I will not pray for you unless you pay me first. Muhammad is the same as a Pepsi Cola machine. You put the coins, you know, will make the machine work for you. You don't put the coins, sorry. No money, no honey. If you go to chapter 9, verse 103, it says, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهُمْ. Take from their money alms to purify them and make them cleanse them from their sin, and pray on them, and Allah will answer your prayer. So Allah will not answer the prayer unless you pay Muhammad. Obviously, this is a scam, right? Let me pause for the translation of Muslims so you can see by your own. Getting desperate? Oh, Muslim truth revealed. The one who is desperate is Muslims. This is why they are very violent, because this religion is desperate. Muhammad, he spent most of his life, he have 70 believers, all of them his wives and his children and his slaves. Desperately, he want to be a prophet. And you don't talk about desperate. The desperate is the man who teaches man to beat his wife. No problems. So why you're upset? If I am doing great da'wah to Islam, why you're upset? You see, the funny, by the way, number one people who buy my books are Muslims. Honestly, number one people who buy my books, you go to Amazon, you see Ahmad, Muhammad, Ali, Hassan. The address is the mosque of etc. Shabir Ali Safi bought my book. And look at Muslim Truth Revealed. Do you dare to debate me? Do you dare to come to the mic? Okay, you know what? Lie, insult them. I don't insult anyone. I never lie. Prove it. You have a golden opportunity right now to prove me to be a liar. Correct, guys? I challenge you in front of anyone to say anything I said it's a lie. Prove it. And then people will not listen to me no more. You run away? Right, he's a coward. Then when he say Assalamu alaikum, is a Muslim allowed to say Assalamu alaikum for Muslims. This is hypocrisy. He is the liar. The Prophet of Islam, he said, don't initiate salam to the Jews and the Christians. So who is the liar? Who is the liar? And by the way, always you see their comment, they say to you, Christian Prince, he always run away from debating us. We open the room for 6, 7, 8 hours, 10 hours. We keep saying any Muslim, nobody show up. If I close the room right now, you will see them posting an article saying we challenge. There's an article posted by Abdul in Answering Christianity 5 or 6 years ago, challenging me to debate. The Muslim, he cannot find me. He's expecting me to go to the website there. It's a website. Well, you know, the debate. Come and debate me. You know where to find me. Especially at that time, I used to open my room every day. Every day. But they cannot find me. But he challenged me. But I'm not coming. We challenged Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik, I posted a video about it on YouTube and Facebook. I challenged him. He said you need to provide 2,000. Well, you have to provide 2,000 audience. I have to bring with me all the way to India 2,000 audience. 2,000 audience. Who wanna go with me? I will. Zakir Naik will pay for our ticket. In order to debate this Abdul, he need me to buy tickets for 2,000 people and bring them with me at least. If every ticket costs $1,500 and we have 2,000, this is what 2 million? How much? 250,000? 3 million. 3 million. Yeah, $3 million. I'm not good in mathematics. That's it, just to debate him. You remember the guy we challenged him, the Filipino guy? You know, a Filipino brother, he told me this guy, he's challenging Christian Prince in YouTube. He sent me a message on YouTube. He said, I saw your YouTube, can you please answer him? So I made a challenge for him. And you remember the phone call, right? Yeah. Show me your face. Show me your face. You are not even American. You don't have even. If I'm an American or Chinese, what's your business? You want to debate me or you debate? You want to debate American only? What do you mean I'm not an American? You know, they are terrified. If this room is administrated by someone who knows nothing about Islam, you will see hands of Muslims lined up. The only reason you don't see one of them is his hand is up because they know what they're going to face. But right now, if you go yourself, open a chat room challenging Islam and Muslims, you will see how Muslims they don't want to, you know, they will not hesitate to come to your room. You see, yesterday, brother Matt, you know, Matt Slick, he was in the room. Each time he come to our room, he said, last week I have a debate with a Muslim. How come Muslims are debating Matt Slick, but they don't debate me? The answer is very easy. They say this is a guy, he is a Christian preacher. What he will know about Islam will be very limited. So what he can do, the maximum he can do, he just preach about Christianity. He will not hurt our religion. He will not expose our prophet. He don't speak Arabic. We can lie to him, we can fool him, we can argue with him, we can play with him. This is why you see them, they want to debate those who don't speak. They specifically, Muslims, they debate those who don't speak Arabic. If you speak Arabic, then the story is different. The story is totally different. And the other day, I played a video about Muslims in Bangladesh. Muslims everywhere in the world, they are very famous in one thing. They piss on the wall. Zip, zzz, anywhere. Anywhere. Because their prophet, he used to do that. It is sunnah. So they have a big problem of pissing on the wall in the street. So people in Bangladesh, they decide to come with a solution. People, they start writing in Arabic on the walls of their houses. And because the Arabic language is holy for them, nobody piss in the wall no more. They have to find the wall doesn't have Arabic in it because they cannot read it. It might be Quran. It might be the name of Allah. And somebody will see them pissing there. Any Muslim? Well, the reason Paltalk is not working good because it's not a Muslim program. If it's a halal program, you will see the program working very fine. But this is what happened when you use an halal product. You know, I go to the grocery store and I search carefully. If I see the stamp halal, I never buy it. You need to be careful, by the way. The Bible says clearly, you cannot buy, you cannot eat, you cannot use. Something is slaughtered in the name of false God. Don't be a pagan. And don't forget that each time you buy a food have the sticker of halal, you are sponsoring the terrorists to build more mosques and more terrorist schools in your area. Because all this money, this stamp is not for free. Companies, they have to pay for it. For a Muslim organization owned by the Muslim Brotherhood. So they put the stamp for you and they add the price of the stamp in your product, which means at the end of the day, you are the one who pay for it. Because any cost, any extra cost, the manufacturer he put in the product, he added to the price. He will not say it for you less. You are paying for it. When you see this halal sign, complain. Complain, says we don't want it. What is that? How many, the majority of the city of Muslims? Make a store for Muslims alone. You don't put this stamp and everything. Complain. The stamp of Satan, halal. They have a stamp on, you know, I saw in my own eyes a stamp on shoes. It says halal, halal leather. Have you ever heard of halal shoes? Like why? We will eat it? A stamp of halal over rice. Like why? Rice is meat, is cooked, it's rice. Many companies, they know that those Muslims, they are obsessed with the word halal. So they put halal over everything. I will not be surprised if soon they say halal jeans. You don't hear me, guys? Am I heard? Am I heard, people? All right. Halal coffee? Yeah, halal coffee. You know, the funny, Muslims are #1 buyers of chocolate, but all chocolate contain for us, it's a must, contain pork. It's not a secret. All Muslim women, they use lipstick. You will not find one lipstick doesn't have pork fat. The lipstick is made from the fat of the pork. So when a Muslim man, he kisses his wife Aisha, he is kissing Her Majesty Mrs. Big. I remember once I used to have someone, he work with me. He don't speak good English. So we go to eat in restaurant, and then each time we go there, I thought he's being funny. He asked the waitress, he says, do you have halal pork? Do you have halal pork? The waitress ran, laugh, and she get him, he says, okay, this dish, no halal. After a few months, he asked me once, what kind of dish that? I said, this is in Arabic, khanzir. Khanzir. He said, oh my God, oh my Allah, you are eating khanzir? Disgusting. How you eat it? I said, you eat it, what's wrong with you? You eat it every day. I said, me? I said, yeah, you eat it every day. Are you being stupid now? I said, no, I don't eat it. He said, every time you go with me, come here, you say to the waitress, I want halal pork. He said, yeah, what does have to do with the khanzir? I said, you know what pork mean? The idiot do not know that pork is pig, is khanzir. He thought it's just a kind of meat. So he was eating all those few months before, eating halal pork. Any halal pork in the, any Muslim in the room? The Muslims do not eat pork, but they drink camel urine. Pork is disgusting, but drinking the piss is halal. Piss is good. You cannot really resist such a thing. Any Abdul? Actually, you can search YouTube, you will see how the Arab, they drinking the piss of the camel directly from the private part of the camel, right away. Right away, fresh. I'm not joking. You can go and search for it on YouTube. So should I address it less? In 5 years, 15 times. Okay. Do you want me to address it once in 5 years? Once every 5 years? Any Abdul? Any Abdul here? Actually, those are nothing compared to other hadith. What about, if there is a book, it's called Kanzul Ummal, but sadly, it's not translated. Otherwise, it's full of stories. Like, the person who looked at the wife of his, the anus of his wife, his son will be crossed eyes and mute and deaf and mostly blind. Just because you look at your wife anus. That book is priceless. This is why Muslims, they will never translate that book. Any Muslim? Any Muslim here? Somebody too, are you a Muslim? Mr. Somebody too? Are you a Muslim? If you are a Muslim and you think we are wrong, you want to correct us, please feel free. Yeah, why we offend the Muslims? Well, they be better Muslim now than not to have it then. Why they have it? If they don't have it, If they don't approve it, they will not be offended by it. Why they are offended anyway? Any Abdul? Anyone? Really? But you know, the difference is Muhammad is the one who said those things. And he claimed to be a prophet who don't speak from his own. You see the difference? So when someone he's saying he's the prophet and he say those things, and then he claimed that he is, anything he say is coming from God, and then they come with the stupid things. Right? There's a huge difference between books of anyone's and books of someone who claimed to be prophet. So the importance of Muhammad's speech, that because he claimed to be prophet. Not because it's books. The book of Bukhari is not important because of Bukhari. It's important because this is a book of Muhammad. Those are the statements of Muhammad. This is what Muhammad said, not al-Bukhari said. And Abdul? Do you mean in your mind?